Welcome back to Theory in 3. We're going to learn essential music theory for guitar in about 3 minutes. Well, in the last episode, we were talking about intervals. And there are 2 different types of intervals that we deal with as musicians. Those are harmonic intervals and melodic intervals. Harmonic intervals are simply 2 notes stacked on top of one another. Melodic intervals are stretched out over time. Thus, harmonic intervals make harmony, and melodic intervals make melodies. Now, we're going to talk today about the harmonic intervals. And as I said, harmonic intervals are merely 2 notes stacked on top of one another. Now, in the diatonic, or the scale, the major scale that you might be in, normally you have 2 sets of intervals stacked on top of each other, and that makes a triad. If you take a major third with a minor third on top of it, so in this case the notes C to E and then E to G, you get a major triad. If you do a minor third, C to E flat, and then a major third, E flat to G, you get a minor triad. Incidentally, you also have the augmented triad, which is 2 major thirds stacked on top of each other, and the diminished triad, which is 2 minor thirds stacked on each other. Now, 7th chords, those are simply 3 intervals of thirds stacked on each other. So if I had the notes C, E, and G, the major triad, and I added the note B, so C, D, E, E, F, G, G, A, B, then I'm going to get this chord, which is a 7th chord. And all of your 7th chords are simply 3 thirds triads stacked on top of each other. But we'll deal with those in a later episode. Now, harmonic intervals have varying degrees of consonance or dissonance. The more consonant, the less that it desires to resolve. The more dissonant, the more that it desires to resolve. So for instance, seconds and sevenths are very dissonant and they want to resolve. So if I have a C chord and I put a C sharp note in it, it wants to resolve very badly. Or if I put a B note on it, it also wants to resolve very badly. Now, thirds and sixths don't really have a need to resolve very much at all. Fourths, depending on the context, can either resolve or not resolve. So for instance, if I'm here in the key of C and I put a F note, a fourth, on my C chord, it feels like it really wants to resolve. But if I play out of the key of G and I would play G chord, C chord, D chord with that G on top, you can hear it doesn't necessarily want to resolve. It can go to a couple of different places without resolution. Of course, being able to hear intervals is one of the keys to being able to pick out what chords are in a song. So it's a very important thing. Rick Beata has a great course on it. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about intervals, my daily workout book, 3 and 4, deal a lot with intervals and some great exercises to learn all of your intervals. Well, until next time, God bless.